Are you excited for this halftime show?
I don't want to say I'm not excited. She's fantastic. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay, where you going?
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a lot of things. She's spectacular, actually.
Yes.
And congratulations on new mamahood.
Yes.
There's one thing she's not.
Uh-huh.
She ain't Beyonce.
I know she's not Beyonce, but wait a minute, hold up.
All right. Well, sometimes I dip my toe in the realm of pop culture. That's not something uncommon on the channel, but on the same day that DeVal and KJ appeared on the Sherry Show to discuss Sisters, Stephen A. Smith was also on the program, and he went viral for his response to Sherry's question about the upcoming Super Bowl performance or return to the stage for Rihanna. And he gave his response. You heard the crowd. And then, of course, the internet put in their 2 cents. I wanted to say something on this earlier, but time just kept, passing by. I didn't get around to it, but I'm really catching up on videos today before Sisters comes on tomorrow night. And I was talking with a friend of mine about this, and I even left a comment in the video on the Sherry channel. And personally, I don't see anything wrong with what he said. In case you want to watch the entire clip of Stephen A. Smith and his comments on Rihanna, feel free to check it out. I'll leave a link to the interview in the comment section of this video, but I don't think he said anything wrong. That's just, again, my stance on it from what I heard. Now, I don't really dabble in the world of sports. That's pretty much my mom. I mean, she just yells at the TV every weekend during football games. But yeah, I've never been a sports guy. I've seen some of Stephen A. Smith's commentary, in viral clips. And of course, when they do an SNL spoof of him, then I go and watch a real clip from him to say like, oh wow, Jay Farrell or Chris Reed, they nailed it spot on. So his way of delivering his comments on Rihanna definitely felt the way he conducts himself on the sports show. Now you could argue that the arena he was in for, the Sherry Show wasn't the same as sports, but I don't think what he said was offensive. Here's what I think. I mean, she's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's spectacular. Rihanna's music is fantastic. She's great. I love her dearly. I listen to her music. She's gonna be good. She can't be bad. She's too great not to be good. There's one thing she's not. She ain't Beyonce. Okay? No, seriously, okay. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, that's like saying, hey, I don't know who this second richest person in the world is anymore. I don't know. But let's say that, Jeff Bezos is rich. He's, wealthy. He's incredibly, he's like Scrooge McDuck. He's fantastic, but he ain't no Elon Musk. Okay. Does it matter? I mean, I'm like, making a comparison in terms of money. Like, this person's rich. Does it matter? I mean, at the end of the day, they're both incredibly wealthy, far wealthier than I'll ever be. So what's the point of like getting riled up about it? I mean, when it comes to these, I don't even think it's a matter of, oh, we live in a time, the day and age of people being easily offended. No, I think it really comes down to like toxic fan bases, because when it comes to the likes of honestly, I think when it comes to female artists, their fan bases are some of the most treacherous ones. Beyonce, Rihanna, as we just saw, Taylor Swift. And they just went after him to the point that after the interview in the back of like, what was like an SUV or something like that, he was doing a apology video. And when I listened to the apology, I didn't really think he needed to apologize, because he gave his opinion. He didn't say Rihanna was terrible, that she was bad, that she was an awful performer. She just said she ain't no Beyonce. That's like if, you watch Bruno Mars perform and then go, he's good, he's great, he's fantastic, but he's no Michael Jackson. Okay. I think Bruno Mars is a phenomenal performer. Excellent. Very versatile. But saying he's no Michael Jackson, what does it matter? He has his own lane. Yes, he always talks about how he was influenced by that era of music. But just because, because let's say Michael Jackson was still alive and Michael did Super Bowl, in 2021, and then Bruno did it in 2022, or was going to do it in 2022. It's like, well, Michael spoiled me because, that's Michael Jackson. He came up there and killed it. So, yeah, I know Bruno's going to do good, but, he's no Michael Jackson. It's like, and I made the comparison in the comments section of the video. I said, imagine going to a fancy restaurant and, they treat you to like a 5-course meal. 5-star restaurant, you get a 5-course meal. It's fantastic, out of this world. One of, if not the best meals you've ever tasted. You go back the following week and they no longer have the 5-course meal, but they give you a 4-course. And it tastes great. It tastes amazing, but you were spoiled the last time you were there because the last one was so out of this world. That doesn't mean the 4-course meal was bad. It's just that it doesn't, stack up to the 5-course one. And when it comes to Rihanna, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a matter or a situation where it's Rihanna versus Beyonce, because apparently she did a show in Dubai, and got $24 million. I mean, she was there with Blue Ivy. Beyonce was trending for, hell, I think she still is trending because people went nuts. And apparently that was her first stage performance or something in 4 years. I didn't know that. But I think with, the person in question, I can't recall the last time Rihanna was on stage, And that's not to say she can't still perform, but I think when it comes to the Super Bowl, people are going to be comparing the Rihanna from pre-hiatus, pre-baby and everything, to the Rihanna post-baby / motherhood, post-hiatus, and post-billionaire status. So she's going to have to live up to people's expectations of her old self versus a Beyonce. That's like going to a McDonald's restaurant and comparing it to Five Guys. There is no comparison. You know what you're going to get when you see it. And to me, in terms of being a fan, I actually was a fan of her earlier music, not so much her later stuff. And Beyonce, the same thing. I love her first several records, but I think, what was it? Drunken Love or Around Lemonade's kind of where I fell off. It's not that I don't like her music. Oh, there are some songs I still listen to, and even current ones I listen to, but, I'm not the huge Beyonce fan I once was, but I am never going to shy away from complimenting how incredible of a performer and, hard worker she is. Like when you watch the Homecoming documentary and you see the work that goes behind the performance, I don't think it's unfair to say that Beyonce is, without a doubt, the hardest working, artist in the industry. That's not to put down other artists, but when you look at how she constructs performances, it's like, okay, it's like a master builder, building a skyscraper. And then once it's done, it's a wonder to everybody who sees it. But I don't think Stephen A. Smith was out of pocket for what he said. I mean, yeah, he was he was on a talk show, a woman at the lead. And if I'm not mistaken, most of, if not the entire audience, consisted of women. So, when a male, a black male at that, has an opinion on, a black female, or in this case, black females, it's not going to rub people the right way. But yeah, I think he just gave his opinion. People got in their feelings about it. And then he apologized, even though I wish he didn't. I just feel like, if nothing else, he should have doubled down, because even in the quote unquote apology, he said, in my opinion, Beyonce is the top of the top in terms of artists. That doesn't mean Rihanna is awful. It's just that she's not Beyonce. And I think that's all well and good, but that's just my opinion. So with that being said, what do you think about the comments? I mean, look, I woke up to the news today that apparently Eminem is taking away the, candy mascots and replacing them with Maya Rudolph for the Super Bowl commercial because of some comments that Fox commentator made about it. And I'm like, hopefully this is a joke, because I know we live in a sensitive world, but this is just ridiculous. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.